In this lecture, we are going to work on displaying the last message as well as the unread message count in real time using Socket.io. So what we want to achieve here is, here in Chrome, I'm logged in with John Smith account, and in the Edge, I'm logged in with Mary Jane account. So let's say Mary Jane will send a message to John Smith, and for John Smith, the selected chat is some other chat other than Mary Jane's chat. So when Mary is going to send a message to John, since her chat is not opened for John, there we want to display an unread message count. Okay, currently if I go ahead and if I send a message from here, let's say hi, that message will be sent in real time. As you can see, that message has been sent. Here we have an issue with the date. We will fix it in this lecture. And if I go to John Smith account, Mary Jane has sent a message to John. So since that chat is not selected, there we want to display an unread message count as 1. And we also want to update this last message. So that's what we are going to work on in this lecture. But before that, let's go ahead and let's fix the issue with the date. So let's go to VS Code. There in the chat area component, here we are setting this created at property. So here the problem is with the format. So what I'll do is I will use YYMMDD format. So first we will specify the year, then month, then date. Let's save the changes here. Let's go back to our application. Let's go to Edge, and from here let's send a message from Mary to John. So I'll simply say hello, and when I send this message now, it should properly display the date. So this issue is fixed. Let's go back to VS Code, and now let's go ahead and let's implement the logic for showing unread message count and the last message, and that we are going to do in the user list component, because in the user list component only we want to display the unread message count as well as the last message. And in this user list component, we need an instance of socket object. Currently we have that instance in this index.js file. So what I will do is I'll pass this socket instance from from home component to this sidebar component. So there I'm going to specify an attribute called socket. To that, let's assign that socket object, and this will be passed as props to sidebar component. Now let's go to sidebar component. There we are going to receive that socket props. So here I am using object destructuring syntax, and in this socket variable we are going to receive that socket object, and again we are going to pass this socket object to this user list component. So here again I'll specify another attribute called socket, and to that we will pass that socket object. So for this user list component we are passing two props, search key and socket. Let's save the changes here, and now let's open user list component, and again here also along with search key we are going to receive that socket props. Let's save the changes here. Let me close this sidebar component. All right. Now, what we are going to do here is we are going to update the unread message count and the last message whenever a new message is received. And from the server, we are emitting an event called receive message. So we are going to listen to this event in our user list component. And what we are going to do for that is we are going to add a use effect here. And to use this use effect, we also need to import it from React. There, let's pass a callback function. And this callback function will be executed when this user list component will be rendered for the first time. And here I'm also going to specify the dependency array, and there I will not add anything because I want to execute this callback function only once when the page is loaded for the first time. When the user list component is rendered for the first time. And inside this use effect, we are going to listen for receive message event. And to listen to an event, we are going to use this socket object. On that, we have this on method. The first argument of this on method is the event name, which we want to listen to. And the second argument will be a callback function, which will get executed whenever that event happens. And that callback function is going to receive the event data. Let me simply call it as message, because from the receive message event on the server, we are sending this message data. So that we are going to receive for this message parameter. Now in here, we are going to use the currently selected chat as well as all chats array because we want to update the all chats array. So as I mentioned earlier in the last lecture, in the socket event handler functions, we cannot directly access a state. So here we will have to write a logic to access the selected chat as well as all chats array. So first of all, I'm going to create a variable. I'll call it as selected chat. And to get the selected chat, first of all, we are going to use our store. And to use this store, we need to import it from store.js file, which is present in Redux folder. On that, we are going to call this getState method. From the getState method, we will have access to user reducer, where we are defining the selected chat state as well as all chat state. So first I'm going to access selected chat state, and in the same way I'm also going to access the all chat state. So again, I'll copy this, I'll paste it here. I'll simply rename the variable as all chats. You can name these variables anything. It does not need to be same as the state name. And here the state name is all chats. Okay. Now the first thing which we are going to do is we want to display the unread message count only if the chat for which we have received the message is not the selected chat. Okay, so for that we are going to write an if statement, and there we will see if the selected chat ID. So every chat is going to have an underscore ID property. So if that ID is not equal to the chat ID which we are going to receive in the message data, so every message is also having a chat ID property. I should be caps here. Okay, so if the selected chat ID is not equal to the chat ID which we are receiving in message, then only we want to execute further logic. So what do we want to do here? Here we are going to update this all chats array. So in this all chats array, there will be one chat for which we have received the message, the new message. So in that all chats array, we want to update that chat with the new message data which we have received. So here what we are going to do is we are going to create a variable. Let's call it updated chats. Okay, and we are going to loop over this all chats array. For that, I'm going to use this map function. So this map function is going to loop over each element of this all chats array. And for each iteration, it is going to assign that chat object to a variable. Let's call that variable chat. And here we will check if this chat dot underscore ID. So this chat here, it is this chat object which will be assigned with the chat object for each iteration, right? So in this chat object, we want to check if the chat ID here, if it is equal to the chat ID which we are receiving in the message data, then in that case, we want to update that chat, right? And what do we want to update it with? Here we are going to return a new object, a new chat object. In that new chat object, we want to have all the properties of this chat object. And there we are going to update the unread message count. So not all the chats is going to have the unread message count property. If the unread message count is not there, it might not have that property. So first we are going to check if the chat, if it has unread message count. Okay, here let me also use this question mark. And for the selected chat also, let's use a question mark, because initially when the page loads for the first time, at that time there will be no chat which will be selected. So at that time this selected chat will be null. So here we are checking if the chat has this unread message count. In that case, to that we want to add 1. But if it does not have the unread message count, in that case we will return 0, and to that we will add 1. Okay, so if the unread message count is not there, then we want to add this 1 to 0. But if the unread message count is there, and if it has some value, then to that value we want to add 1. All right, and then we are also going to set the last message property of the chat to this message object, because this is the latest message, right? So we want to return this updated chat object if the chat ID matches the chat ID which we are receiving in that message. And for all other chats, we want to simply return the original chat object. All right. So now what do we want to do? We want to update this all chats, not this all chats, the all chat state which we have in our user slice. So here we have all chat state. We want to update this all chat state with this updated chats. And for that, I'm going to call the dispatch function. To that dispatch function, we are going to call set all chats, because using this set all chats only, we are going to update the all chat state. And what do we want to update it with? We want to update it with this updated chats. And that should be it. Now here we need to do one more change. So we are listening to this receive message event in this user list. And we are also listening to this receive message event in chat area component here. So you see here also we are listening to this receive message event. But there what we are doing is we are checking if there is any event listener already added for this receive message event. Then first we are removing it and then we are adding it. Right. And when we are removing this event listener from this socket, it will also remove the event listener which we are adding here. So to avoid any issues which might occur because of that, for now I'm simply going to remove this off function from here. Now what this will do is, if there are multiple event listeners added and if we are sending a message, that message might be sent multiple times. Okay, so that issue we will fix later in our coming lectures. For now, I'll remove it and let's go ahead and let's test our functionality. So here, Steve Smith is selected and Mary Jane is not selected. And in the edge, Mary Jane is logged. And from Mary Jane, I'm going to send a message to John Smith. So I'll simply say hi for now. Let's send this message. Let's go to Chrome and there you will see that we have one unread message count and it has also updated the latest message. Let's go ahead and let's send another message. How are you? Let's send this message. And now if I go to Chrome, there you will see that we have two unread message and we are also seeing the latest message. Now if this chat is selected, okay, and now if I send a message, it should not update the unread message count. So here let's go and let's send a message. How are you? Or maybe some other message. Can we meet? Let's send this message. And you will see that can we meet has been sent 2 times, because as I said, the event listener has been added twice. First, when the page was loaded, and second, when we selected this chat. So the event listener has been added 2 times. That's why when we are sending one message, it is being sent. It looks like it is being sent 2 times. Now let's go to John's account, and there you will see that that count has not incremented, but we have received that message. Okay, so the implementation of showing the unread message count and the last message is working as expected. We do have some bugs which we need to fix, but for now, at least this implementation is working as expected. Now there is one more bug which we are going to fix in our next lecture. So what will happen is, if I refresh the page, here we have one unread message count. Okay, now that message we have read. Let me refresh the page again and let's select Mary Jane. So now when I send a message from Mary Jane to John, let's say test, first of all, it should not increment the unread message count. So you can see it has not incremented the unread message count. We are not seeing any unread message count. That is okay, because this message is already seen. But now if I refresh the page here, you will see that we can see this unread message count. Now why is that? That's because if you see the implementation which we have done here, This implementation is simply receiving the event data and it is displaying that in the UI. This data is not coming from the database. So here, when that chat is selected and when we are sending the message, at that time it is not showing that unread message count here because we have written the logic in that way. But in the database, that unread message count has been incremented. So when we reload the page, at that time it is fetching the data from the database. And that's why it is displaying this unread message count from the database. So we are going to fix this by clearing the unread message count in the database also. And that we will do in our next lecture. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.